Okay, so you know that a lot of the footwear that Heath and I do on this show is generally a lot of big brands. So we're talking about Allen Edmonds or Red Wings or Thurgood boots, a lot of brands that you guys have seen over and over and over. What we really like is to have brands or certain shoes that you don't see a lot of. So that's why sometimes we try to do historical shoes or maybe one-off type brands, and that is what we'll be looking at today. Now, one of the markets that we have not looked at a lot is the Japanese market. And there is a brand that we're going to be looking at today called Rolling Dub Trio. Now, as you can see from these, they have a bit of a different look to them. They look really well constructed. And today we're going to take apart this pair of shoes, see how they're made. And the owner of this pair wants us to give it a different look. So that's what we're going to do as well. So without further ado, let's get to this pair of Rolling Dub Trio.
All right, so looking at the bottom of these rolling dubs, these normally come with a cat's paw, if I'm not mistaken. This is a Vibram, but you can see there's a line right here, so somebody has sanded down the original hilt and put this on it. I have a feeling it just might be, let's see, well, might not be able to see anything. No, it was all sanded off. But we'll never know what these were. Unless it says it on the other side. All right, so here's the heel. We did notice on the bottom it's got these two little round dots, so it's just kind of synonymous with cat's paw. So I'm guessing these were cat's paw that have been sanded down. It does say, I don't know if you can see that, made in Canada. I don't know where cat's paw is made in Canada. If you know, let us know in the comments below, but I think they were. All right, a little bit more about the bottoms. The soles are a rubber cork composite, and then one of their signature things is up here at the toe is actually a separate piece. This one is leather. I think they're normally rubber, and then they will sometimes come with a metal toe piece that actually has like Rolling Dub written on it. But it looks like this one's been redone because the stitches actually overlap right here, so we'll see. Right now, this thing's usually breaking pieces. I'm hating Rolling Dub. Forrest, no more Rolling Dubs are allowed to roll up in here. You normally don't see shoe manufacturers use sheet cork. They use hot cork. So for all those people who think that hot cork is the end all be all, sheet cork is just as good. In fact, you normally will see sheet cork on smaller makers. They make these things in small batches and bespoke shoemakers. So a lot of times the higher end of the shoe, the more sheet cork that you actually see. So. All right, so a little glance on the guts of it. Veg tan insole, they do use gimming. I'm not sure if all of them are made this way. I'm gonna assume that they probably are, but they use a steel shank. I like steel shanks. They don't break very easily like you do with wood. It also looks like most of his styles, if not all of them, are 360 welt. It makes it a lot more repair friendly. But yeah, there you go. That's the inside of these things. All right, so I'm gonna take me a coffee break. I got it all cleaned up and ready to keep going, but I do want to answer a question that quite a few people sent to us asking, what type of watch are you wearing? It is a Vaer. They are assembled here in the USA, and Trent's gonna tell you a little bit more about them.
Now guys, you know that Heath and I talk a lot on this channel about investing in quality products, and a good quality watch is no different. Now, in the world of fast fashion watches, where it seems like a different trendy brand is popping up online every month, we prefer traditional classic styles that are built with quality in mind and something that is going to last for years. And that's why Heath and I are big fans of Vaer watches. Now, I've been wearing this R1 racing chronograph for about a year now, and it's been my favorite watch. I've got a number of watches at home, but it seems like I just come to this one over and over again for most days that I'm wearing my watch, just because aside from it being a great watch and keeping great time, it has been an absolute compliment magnet. Now, one of the other reasons that Heath and I are big fans of Vaer watches is because they are assembled and tested here in the United States. And what that means is that you are supporting American jobs with every purchase. Now, if you're like me, I read lots and lots of reviews before purchasing a product. And that's the thing about Vaer watches. They literally have thousands and thousands of 5-star reviews. People love their watches, they look amazing, and they are great timepieces. Now guys, if you're interested in checking out Vaer after this video, I will put a link down in the description box below. Definitely go check them out. I promise you, you will not be disappointed in whichever watch you choose.
All right, we are using sheet cork just like the original. We've already shaped it. Not using contact cement to put the stuff in. We are using rubber cement.
So before we go ahead and resole these, I'm going to go ahead and at least clean them up. That way when we stitch them with the new white threading, it won't get them all dirty. One of the things that I like about this leather is that it is very high quality. It is an oil tan leather from Horween, at least for this model. From what I understand from some of the other reviews I've done or looked up online, is the owner of this brand says that he does source the leather from other places as well, but Horween leather is one of the big ones that he gets leather from. All right, I'm just going to use a little leather cleanser. These shoes are pretty clean, so I'm not going to wash them with saddle soap or anything. This is just a really gentle cleanser, and it's just going to take a lot of that surface dust off of the top of it.
All right, so we're gonna prepare the soles. Now he wants the 27/24s. These only come in like 2 sizes, and this is the smallest one. The shoe's a little on the smaller side, and so we're gonna have to be really close on how we cut this because we don't want to cut up into the treads. We wanna leave a little bit up here, but we also don't want it to cover the whole bottom and look like a full sole. So we're gonna trace it out and make it work. Just acetone to remove any of the grease or residue from manufacturing. Clean it up a little bit.
Okay, I spoke to the owner of this pair of shoes, and he wants to keep all of the patina that has built up on here or is worn down over the years. He does not want to go back to the black. So we're going to keep that by using a little of the oiled leather cream that was made for this particular leather in neutral. Okay, so this pair of Rolling Dub Trio shoes has been completed. Now, Heath had to leave. He had to leave early today, so I will be doing the wrap up on my own. Bear with me. I will get through it and won't keep you guys here very long. So let's get right on into it. Now, as you can see, this pair of Rolling Dub Trio shoes came to us from a gentleman, and they had already been taken to a cobbler at some point. As we had mentioned, you can see on the heels here that the original heel pad is no longer there. We think they were cat's paws originally, and those were taken off. Also, you could see that part of the cork rubber sole had already started wearing off, was being torn off in places, and he wanted a different look. So what we did, we took these completely apart, and we wanted to also show you guys what type of shoes these are. Now again, this is a Japanese brand, and I believe the maker of these makes all of these shoes in small batches. So this is not a mass-produced shoe. This comes from a small batch maker in just outside of the Tokyo area. We thought they were very well constructed. 360-degree welt, solid veg tan leather insoles. The uppers on these came from Horween. They were in oil tan leather. Again, nice touch to it. And just an overall well-built shoe. The complete upper, just the stitching on everything, the liners. It was a very well-made shoe. And I like all the little touches that this maker is doing to his shoes. Everything's a little different. So if you go on to and look at a lot of the Rolling Dub Trio shoes out there, there's little touches that he does on each shoe that's a little different, and it's what makes them unique. As you can see, we wanted to keep, or the gentleman that owns these wanted to keep the uppers in the shape they look at now. He did not want us to touch the patina on them, so we just simply put some neutral color oiled leather cream on there just to make sure that that patina stays the way it is. Now, as far as the soles go, the gentleman just wanted to go with a different look, so we kept the leather sole on there, and then we finished it off with the two Vibram half sole heel combos that he chose to go on there. Now, it was a really small shoe, so we had to find a way to make that half sole fit. That was the only size that it comes in. That was the smallest size, should I say. And I think we did okay. I think we did it in a way that it was still able to fit on there well, and you could still see a little bit of that leather sole up underneath it. And I personally think they turned out well. I think the overall look on these with the new sole and heel combo, I think it looks nice. But again, what do you all think? Leave us a comment down below and let us know what you think of the shoes. Now, if any of you out there have any experience with the brand Rolling Dub Trio, definitely leave a comment, because a lot of folks are looking up this brand. They want to know reviews on it, and your comments help out. I will also leave a link in the description box from a video that we got a lot of our information from, and it may be very helpful for you as well. So that just about does it. Again, guys, we always appreciate you joining us, and until next time, y'all have a good one.